Number 543 Oklahoma City Thunder versus 544 San Antonio Spurs tonight. Rotation numbers proceeded. Thursday tonight, the rarest of days in the humanoid calendar, right? February 29th, only once every 4 years. This year, 2024. The Thunder and the Spurs meet up Southern Texas at the AT&T Center in San Antonio on the Riverwalk. Now, the tip-off schedule for tonight, 8:40 Eastern, 5:40 real time, Vegas time, Wager Talk time. As mentioned, the Spurs play host to the Thunder, and while the AT&T Center is the correct and formal announcement of the venue for tonight's matchup, the more accurate label is the Frost Bank Center. I won't go into all, but in short, the Frost Bank Center is a multi-purpose indoor arena on the east side of San Antonio, and the official home of the San Antonio Spurs. Now, it can be confusing. It can be even awkward introducing or presenting the introduction to a scheduled game at this time of the season, the National Basketball Association campaign, when opposite sides oppose each other from different views. Now, what I mean by this is that one wants to assume that when two franchises from the same company corner have evolved and competing, challenging each other in an event that puts the skill set, the organization, the ability to execute a game plan and more, that one pair of the two challengers has grown, built, and accomplished, even conquered levels that are necessary for individual groups, per se, to be expected to perform to something, to some feat, display an understanding of the basic rules of the game fair, warfare if you prefer, with the aim of leaving the viewers, the listeners, in many cases, with an impression of accomplishment, of status, where you are within the group of teams and companies or franchises you participate and compete against. The division of tonight's game is important to some, insignificant to others. One team is described, or you will hear, to be made to believe that one of the teams that compete tonight do not deserve, not in real time, to be on the same court, in the same venue, on display inside of a coliseum built to display the wares of the best basketball in the world, right? Both teams that are competing tonight reside in the same and similar, a common sector of the league, that being the Western Conference. The Thunder in second place, Spurs 15th place. This inside a 15-team franchise field. If you were reading this video presentation rather than viewing and listening, then if I tell you that a pair of teams, opposing teams that play in similar schedule and are 60-some games into that regular season schedule, but have a dichotomy of 30 games between the two in terms of wins and losses, in this case, fewer wins than the conference rival, right? It would seem to be, or be logical, that the skill set on one side is dramatically different, dynamically. You would be correct for the most part. The aim, the goals, the ambitions of one side are different from the other, and that difference really begins to show up more and more than ever at this point of the season. We're going to jump through the hoops and the stages and the variables these two teams have accomplished so far. They're different. The two matchups that have taken place between these two find the Thunder dominating in both. They've won at home, they won away on both courts of the two clubs who call their that court, per se, the hardwood, home base. However, tonight's decision in this matchup isn't about who's going to win or who's going to lose, because the Thunder are going to win. Coach Popovich has been the standard in coaching excellence for the better part of 2 decades. Coach Dogna is young, he's fresh, he's part of a new breed of tutors and teachers in the league. The Spurs got a bit of a later start than the Thunder organization in relation to a rebuild. Where they're at now is separated by too many variables or too many levels to even talk about. The Thunder have a 41-17 record, 30 games better than that of the Spurs. The two teams played 2 games earlier in the season. This will be the third tonight. The Spurs lost by 30 or more in each one. What's going to change tonight? Nothing. What happens? Listen, a team's the one that when you hear somebody like myself, an announcer or an analyst, tell you that a team wants to control tempo. How you control tempo is really simple. You make shots. and you're a better field goal shooting team, be it three or be it at the paint, mid-range, or in the rim, at the rim. That's how you control tempo, by making shots, and being able to morph into defense from offense and vice versa efficiently. The Spurs have a pair of injuries. Marcus Morris Sr., he remains out. Charles Bassey, out. These aren't significant contributors, but the absence of the two mean everything in tonight's game. The Thunder are healthy, and this is all about depth. This is all about second and third rotations. Two variables: how much do the Spurs want to win, or how much do the Thunder want to win by? Because they can win by as many as they want. And who has the better second and third rotations? First off, the Thunder could care less about covering for you or me. Probably going to happen, whether they care or not. It's the second and third rotations, both commanded and controlled by the Thunder tonight. The first game, the second game between these two, huge differences in the statistics. Same thing, final score, or at least the differential, the margin of victory. Thunder win by as many as they want to. They score when they want to, and the margin at the end of the game is a reflection of two things: desire and care of margin of victory, and second and third rotation skill sets and depth. That's the end all, and the end all is that the Thunder win tonight and cover the number. It's a big number to cover. It's always something you have to sweat, typically, in the NBA because of backdoors. But the second and third rotations are dominated tonight by the Thunder. They win, they cover. Come back by tomorrow. Glad to talk basketball with you.